Hello, general math students. Please take out your math notebook and label the next blank page, lesson 3.1, writing expressions. This is the first lesson in unit 3. As we go through, there will be a few notes you need to take, so feel free to pause the video and finish up the notes and then continue. We're going to talk about these two types of problems. I want you to take a moment and figure out what they have in common and what they have that are different. In common, we have variables and we have operations of all kinds, and we have numbers, obviously, in both circles. But what's different is the red have equal signs. These in the green are what we call expressions, and over here is what we call equations. And we're going to be talking more about that in 3.1 for expressions and 3.2 for equations. We're going to be working on our next competency, which deals with algebra. One thing we're going to be doing here is writing expressions. We're going to be able to define a lot of these words, identify coefficients and constants and like terms. Down here we have vocabulary as well, and we're going to be writing equations in 3.2. So a lot of this we're going to be doing just in 3.1 and 3.2, and the rest of it later on in this unit. So we're working on a new competency. Take a moment, pause the video, and see if you can figure out which language each of these are. So here are the answers. The first one is in German, and then we have Spanish. The next one is French. Next one is Swedish, and the next one is Finnish, although a lot of people think it's Russian, and then, of course, we have English. But what I want to know is, what language is this? This is what we call math, and more specifically, it is algebra. And that's what we're going to be working on. So let's get started with the notes. These are the first two notes I want you to have in your notebook. One is variable and one is expression. A variable is letters that are used to represent a number. Examples are X, Y, M, N, P, whatever letter you can think of to represent a number is a variable. The next one is an expression, which is a mathematical phrase that uses numbers, variables, and operations. It does not have an equal sign. This has no equal sign. So we have 4x. We have 2y plus 11. We could have 2p divided by 4x. Those are all expressions, no equal sign. They have numbers, they have variables, they have operations. Pause the video to finish this, otherwise we're going to keep going. In class, you are going to have this keywords, and this is a little quarter sheet that I passed out to the class. So if you do not have it, you can do one of two things. You can write all of this into your notes, or you can ask me for the quarter sheet the next time you are in class. The one part, however, I do want you to do is I want you to star or highlight this bottom sentence. From, than, or to are words that are used to switch the order of the numbers, and we're going to be doing that a couple of times over the next few slides. So let's go ahead and start using those keywords and writing an expression. We're going to get it in a sentence or a phrase, and we're going to translate it into algebra. So here we go. We're literally going to go one at a time. 4 more. So that's 4 plus. I'm going to skip the word than for right now. A number. And anytime it says a number, you can use any variable you want. So I'll use P. Unless it specifies what the variable is, I don't care what letter it is. You don't need to ask if 4 plus N is correct or 4 plus 0 or 4 plus Z is correct. I don't care what the letter is unless it is specified. And we're going to get to one that is. However, this is not going to be correct. We have that word than. This than switches it around. So instead of 4 plus P, I'm going to turn it around. And our answer is P plus 4. That is the correct answer. Let's try the next one. The difference. That means we're going to subtract of a number. So again, we don't know what it is. I'll use N and 3. And whatever order they're in, N and 3, the subtraction sign goes in between. Same thing with letter C. The sum. That means we're going to add of a number, let's use Q, and 8. None of the words from, then, or to, so we don't switch them around, and they have to be in the order that they are written. Here's one where the variable is specified. So we have 10 less, which means we're going to subtract. However, here's that word then, so it's going to be something minus 10. We got to switch it around. A number K. So that K now is the variable that I want you to use. This is the only time I'm specific on the variable is if they mention it in the phrase. Let's go on to letter E. A number. Don't know what number. Let's use J. Increased, so that's plus by 9. Quotient is another one that you have to put them in the order that we have. The quotient is division of x and 4. So x is going to come first, 4 is going to come second. Nothing in there that says to turn it around. Try these 4 on your own, pause it, and try them on your own, and then come back and we'll talk about them. So let's do letter G, the total. That means we're going to add of 7 and 11 in that order. 7 and 11. 100 decreased by, so 100 decreased by a number F. So we're going to get specific and use F. Now, per is one that I'm guessing you got wrong. On your keywords, it says it's under division. I want you to cross that off. It is not division, but multiplication. So fix that on the keywords. So this would be $4 per person. So 4 times, and I'm going to use P. Now, with multiplication, the way that I would like you to write it is 4P. This is the best answer. But like I wrote it, you can use the dot. You could use parentheses. What I don't want you to use is this. This X or multiplication sign looks too much like an X. Don't use it. You can use either one of these, but this is the best answer, I should say, that I want you to have. Letter J is twice the number G. So you know you're going to do G. Twice means you're going to multiply it by 2. So I'm just going to put the 2 in front of the G, and there's my answer. Or you could write 2 times G or 2G. Twice is a very specific multiplication word. Make sure if you want, you can put it on your keywords as multiplying by 2. So let's move into multi-step expressions. That's what we're going to work on now. That has more than one operation, okay? So here we go. 4 plus 8 times a number. So this is going to be 8 times a number. So I'm just going to write 8n. Letter B is very similar to that, only it has the word than in it. So it means we're going to switch them around. So 4 plus So it's going to be something plus 4. 8 times the number, and again, that's going to be 8n. So for this one, that is going to be the only correct answer. And for letter B, this is going to be the only correct answer. So please be careful. Some people write the problems up above to make sure they get it. So 7 less than means we switched around, so I'm going to circle it for now. The quotient means we're going to divide. And 10 is the first number, k is the second number. So let's do the quotient of 10 and k first. So we're going to go 10 divided by k minus 7, because that then switches it around. Let's do a few more. And again, feel free to pause, try them on your own, and then come back and see how you did. 5 added 2. Here's one of those words, from, then, or to. So I know I'm going to do 5 plus, but I'm going to turn it around, and it's going to be something plus 5. Twice, there's 2 times the number h. So 2h plus 5. Oh, we have then again. So 8 less. So it's going to be something minus 8, because then turns it around. The product, we know that's going to be multiplication of c and 3. Whenever we write it, though, the number comes before the variable. So it should be 3c minus 8. If you write c3 minus 8, I'll still give you credit, but this way is the best. Here we go. In the letter F, the quotient of 8 times the number m, so that's going to be 8m, and 2. So that means we're going to do 8m divided by 2. I could also use the fraction bar like this, because that also means division. That would also be this. This is the more algebraic way of writing it, but I will take both. We also have word problems that we do. Your friend has 5 less than, so then turns it around, so it's going to be something minus 5, twice, that's 2 times, as many game tokens as your sister. And then it tells you, let t be the number of tokens your sister has. So this is going to be t, so it's going to be 2t minus 5. Again, they tell, in letter B, they tell you what the variable is. You have p pets. Your friend has 3 times as many pets, so it's going to be 3p. You have to split, so that means we're going to divide your 50 gummy bears, remember that's going to be your first number, between your ex-cousins. There's your second number, so it's going to be 50 divided by x, or if we want to write it this way, 50 divided by x. Let's try a couple more. When bowling, you pay $3 for the game plus $2 per shoe rental. So 2 times, and we'll call this S. So we have 3 plus 2S. And writing it up above may be helpful. At an amusement park, you pay 50 cents per ride. So that means we're going to multiply 50 cents, and we'll say R for rides, plus the $20 entrance fee. So there's our equation right above it. 50 cents R plus 20. Last one, you plant a grapefruit tree that is 10 centimeters tall. The tree's height increases, so that means we're going to add, so we use our 10 that we have up there, so 10 plus 3 centimeters per means we're going to multiply. Year, we don't know how many years, so we're going to use a y, so 10 plus 3y. Your homework is in Schoology. It is the 3.1 worksheet. Feel free to do it on your iPad, or I do have paper copies in the classroom. Let me know if you have questions. Good luck.